Good evening. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, Impact Wrestling Against All Odds is in the books. So, I wanted to get on here and give my review, give my thoughts on the matches. And I have to say, definitely enjoyed the show quite a bit. Of course, for obvious reasons. Anyway, let's jump right on in. So, Impact Wrestling Against All Odds, once again, was at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus, Ohio. So they had two pre-show matches. So, two pre-show matches that you could watch on YouTube. First match they had, before I go on, I do apologize in advance. I wasn't able to get the graphics for the review because when I did the preview, I used the graphics from the site and it wouldn't let me download the images. So, that's why you won't see any of the graphics in this. But, still, the show will go on. We're going to go through with the review. So, let's see. We had a total of 10 matches. 2 of them on the pre-show. First up, we had a singles match. We had Kilynn King of the Coven, one half of the Impact Wrestling Knockout Tag Team Champions, going up against Neveah, a name I haven't heard in a long while, in a very long while. So it was good to see her back on the scene. But they opened up with a singles match. A pretty decent match. Of course, Taylor Wilde was there. She ran in, a little bit of interference during the match, as expected. But it was a pretty decent match. Starting off with the ladies in action. But Kilynn King gets the victory after hitting Neveah with the King's Curse and pinning her for the 1-2-3. And Kilynn King of the Coven, one half of the Knockout Tag Team Champions, reigned supreme in the first pre-show match. Not too bad. I like Kilynn King. I've met Kilynn King before. I like her. She's cool. I like Taylor Wilde as well. Anyway, next up, we had the first of many championships defended, as we had the Digital Media Championship on the line. The champion, Joe Hendry, defended against Dirty Dango. Now, of course, before the match started, Joe Hendry did a little video montage pretty much making fun of Dirty Dango. And then they had the match. Match was good. Definitely enjoyed the match. It was good. I like Joe Hendry. Not too crazy big on Dirty Dango, but I like Joe Hendry. I've liked him ever since I saw him in ROH. So, I definitely believe in Joe Hendry. And sure enough, Joe Hendry was able to successfully retain the Digital Media Championship. Eventually got the upper hand, was able to put away Dirty Dango with a standing ovation. Pinned him for the 1-2-3. Joe Hendry, still your Digital Media Champion. So, definitely a pretty dang on good pre-show, I have to say. I enjoyed the pre-show. I have no complaints. I have no complaints at all. Okay, before we get into the main card, here's a quick word on the sponsor, Game Beauty. As you continue to watch and enjoy Blitzball Champ gaming content here on the U to the Tube, be sure to check out the link in the description for Game Beauty, our sponsor. For an awesome lineup of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products, here is Game Beauty. They offer many different collections such as eyeshadow palettes, Elemental Pearl highlighters, and even this special Persona 5 Royal limited edition makeup collection. They also have free domestic and international shipping to most countries for orders over $60. And you can use the promo code BlitzballChamp and you get 10% off of your order for any and all purchases. So be sure to check out Game Beauty when you have an opportunity. Now, we shall return back to our regularly scheduled video. Enjoy. Alrighty. The main card of Against All Odds started off with a singles match between Frankie Kazarian and Eddie Edwards. This was a good match. Definitely a great clash of veterans in both of these individuals. Of course, Alyssa Edwards was in the corner of her husband, Eddie Edwards. She did run in some interference a couple of times until she got busted. Referee ejected her from the match. And that would eventually work in Frankie Kazarian's favor. Eddie Edwards almost was able to pick up the victory, but Frankie Kazarian was able to get a sunset pin reversal. Pretty much was a reversal, and was able to roll up Eddie Edwards to get the 1-2-3. So Frankie Kazarian, to start off the main card, picks up the victory over Eddie Edwards. But like I said, things really worked in his favor after Alyssa Edwards got ejected. So not too surprised there. Okay. Next up, we had our second championship match of the event. We had the Impact World Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champs, Bullet Club's ABC, Ace Austin, Chris Bay, defended the titles against the Good Hands, made up of Jason Hotch and John Skyler. Of course, Brian Myers was there. Played a role in this match as well. But this was actually a very entertaining tag team match. A lot of back and forth offense between both teams. And even the Good Hands, honestly, they were booked pretty strong in this match. They came close. They came very close to winning this match. I mean, had good handful of close pinfalls. I mean, even had a, Ace Austin got hit with the title belt in the back. So, I mean, there was a couple of close calls where the Good Hands had a good chance at winning this match. But it just wasn't quite enough, as Ace Austin and Chris Bay were able to eventually get the opening upper hand to put the finishing touches on Jason Hotch. Started off with Chris Bay hitting the Art of Finesse, followed up by Ace Austin hitting the Fold, and then made the pin 1-2-3 on Jason Hotch to pick up the victory. And ABC, still your Impact World Tag Team Champions. And this came on their first anniversary since forming as a tag team. They actually mentioned about this. So, remember, they formed a tag team, had a nice little juicy feud with the Motor City Machine Guns, eventually dethroned the Motor City Machine Guns. So, but yeah, can't believe that was a year ago. Wow, can't believe that. But yeah, it's been a year since ABC formed, and they are still your tag team champions. So congratulations, Ace Austin, Chris Bay, ABC. Okay, next up, we had a really, really brutal dog collar match Masha Slamovich versus Killer Kelly. And I must say, whoo, this definitely was intense. I mean, back and forth, both ladies locked together by a long chain connected via dog collar on their necks. And I tell you, they did not hesitate to use the dog collar as much as possible in this match. And I tell you, maybe Killer Kelly got the worst of it, but whoo, these ladies tore each other apart. But I mean, when you got somebody that's as hardcore as Masha Slamovich, and of course, you know, Killer Kelly, I mean, it's Killer Kelly, can't really be surprised at how this match went. But these ladies tore each other apart, was back and forth, but Masha Slamovich would not be denied as she was eventually able to choke out Killer Kelly, got the chain around her, followed up with a snowplow to put her away for the 1, 2, 3. And after the match, looked like there was a nice little sign of respect there from Masha Slamovich to Killer Kelly. You know, kind of a weird way of showing it, but looked like there was a show of sportsmanship at the end of that match. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So, hey, we'll see what happens next for both of those ladies, but that was a pretty brutal dog collar match. Alrighty. Next up, we had the X Division Championship on the line in a rematch. The champion, Trey Miguel, defends against Crist Sabin, one half of the Motor City Machine Guns. And I have to say, this was an excellent match. I enjoyed the mess out of this match. It was definitely back and forth. I mean, they traded offense like crazy in this match. I mean, even to the point where Trey Miguel even hit Crist Sabin with his own finisher, the cradle shot. We even saw Crist Sabin hit a Styles clash, hit a Angel's Wings as well. So a couple of callback finishers in this match. I was like, oh snap, that's what's up. So I was definitely digging this match to the max. And even though he did get blinded, Crist Sabin did get blinded by the spray, still wasn't enough to put him away. And it was only a matter of time before Crist Sabin was able to put away Trey Miguel with a cradle shot, pinned him 1, 2, 3, and Crist Sabin is now your 9-time X Division champion. What a match. What a match. So congratulations to Crist Sabin, Motor City. But that was an incredible X Division match. Totally. Or X Division championship match. But that's part 1. Okay, next up we had the 8-4-1 match that is pretty much split into 2 matches. First, it started off as an 8-man tag team match, and then it turned into a fatal 4-way match. So, 8-man tag first. The teams were on one side, Bully Ray, Jonathan Gresham, Heath, and Nick Aldis, taking on the team of Speedball Mike Bailey, Moose, PCO, and Rich Swann. Pretty entertaining 6-man tag to start off. Definitely a lot of action between both teams. And it was really kind of hard to say how this was going to go. But Jonathan Gresham was able to get the pin on Rich Swann to pick up the victory for his team, which means the fatal 4-way ended up being Bully Ray versus Jonathan Gresham versus Heath versus Nick Aldis. So that was the Fatal 4-Way match. Definitely all four were showcased pretty well. We even had quite a segment that involved Scott D'Amore. Ended up hitting Bully Ray in the back with a chair. So, yeah, that happened. But when it was all said and done, and honestly, I really shouldn't be surprised that this went down the way it went down. Nick Aldis was able to submit Heath with a cloverleaf. And Nick Aldis is now your number one contender for the Impact Wrestling World Championship. Kind of bummed by this because I feel like, dang, man, like, this was way too fast. It wasn't that long ago that he just got back, and now all of a sudden he's number one contender. It's like, geez. He hasn't even had many matches since returning, but the national treasure, Nick Aldis, is your new number one contender. It is what it is. I like the guy, but definitely don't think it should have been him winning it, becoming number one contender this early. But it is what it is. Next up, we had a knockouts tag team match. We had the team of Trinity and the Virtuosa knockout champion Deonna Purrazzo taking on the team of Gisele Shaw and Savannah Evans. I have to say, it was really, really cool to see Deonna and Trinity work well together as a tag team. They did well and got the job done. I thought there was going to be some shenanigans, but they actually got the job done in great fashion. And I have to say, Impact has done a really good job with showcasing Trinity. Yeah, I think they've done a really good job with her. But yeah, Deonna Purrazzo and Trinity ended up picking up the victory. Deonna pinned Savannah Evans with a magistral cradle. So, got the 1, 2, 3. Looked like it was kind of hesitant for Trinity to shake the hand of Deonna afterwards, but she did, and they embraced, and Deonna even did a little bit of twerking. But, yeah, both ladies are on the same page. But now that that's out the way, they can concentrate on Slammiversary, because Trinity has a title shot against Deonna Purrazzo July 15th at Slammiversary. So, full speed ahead on that now. Okay, next up, we had the Ohio Street Fight, where we had the design made up of Diener, Khan, and Angels taking on the reunited OVE of Sami Callihan, Jake Crist, and Madman Fulton. Now, this match was definitely very brutal. Back and forth, a lot of barbed wire, chairs, thumbtacks. We had a baseball bat. Just crazy, but expected. It was really back and forth. Both teams had the upper hand multiple times in this match. A miscommunication with Diener hitting Angels, who was holding Sami Callihan, hitting him with the baseball bat. Sami Callihan ducked. And even though Diener survived one Cactus Driver 97, was able to kick out, it took one more to put him in. But this time he did the Cactus Driver 97 onto the board of barbed wire. Pinned Diener, and OVE picks up the victory in the Ohio Street Fight. Very, very brutal match. And man, that barbed wire was definitely showcased quite a bit throughout this match. But yeah, OVE on top. Sami Callihan, once again, gets the best of the design. So, I don't know. If you ask me, I feel like the design was much better with Eric Young. Diener just doesn't do it for me. He doesn't do it for me. But, that's just me. Okay. And then your main event of Against All Odds came down to the big one. The Impact Wrestling World Championship. The champion, Steve Maclin, defends against the other half of the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley gets another shot. Originally was not able to pull it off against Josh Alexander, but he won another opportunity and challenged Steve Maclin. And I have to say, this match was awesome. Not only was it awesome, but the right outcome for sure. It was very action-packed. We saw a lot of Shiranuis from Alex Shelley. A lot of Border City stretch attempts. A KIA here, a KIA there. It was back and forth. Definitely back and forth in a big way. Middle turnbuckle pad got exposed, and it ended up working in the favor of Alex Shelley. And sure enough, Alex Shelley was able to put away Steve Maclin with a shell shock. Pinned him for the 1-2-3. And finally, after 20 long years, Alex Shelley has become Impact World Champion for the first time in his career. So, the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, got the job done. Chris Sabin, X Division Champion. Alex Shelley, Impact World Champion. I couldn't have been more happier. Finally, thank you, Impact Wrestling. Alex Shelley finally gets the big prize. Long overdue. But he finally does it. And of course, after the match, Chris Sabin comes out, celebrates with his best friend. They have a segment after the match, which was really cool. And even Frankie Kazarian came out to congratulate the Motor City Machine Guns. And I tell you, it was just really good to see them embrace, talk up a crowd. And like I said, Chris Sabin's now a 9-time X Division champion. Alex Shelley, first time Impact World Champion. And this also means you can add Alex Shelley to the Impact Wrestling Triple Crown list. That's right. He's now a Triple Crown champion, just like Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin did it first, but finally, we can call Alex Shelley Triple Crown champion in Impact Wrestling. So, I tell you, I am so proud. My GOAT of tag teams not only shine brightly as a tag team, but also as singles stars. So, I am so proud of them. So proud of them. And I had to definitely represent in this video, even though this is technically an ROH shirt, because I was too lazy to dig through my wardrobe to get the Impact Wrestling one. But I do have it. But still, Motor City Machine Guns are on top of Impact Wrestling as your X Division champion and Impact World Champion. So we now know that at Slammiversary, it will be Alex Shelley versus Nick Aldis for the Impact World Championship. So we at least know that. But I want to throw something out there. Sabin. What do y'all think? Should he exercise option C? Should he exercise option C and challenge his best friend? You have to admit, Sabin and Shelley have put on some banger matches against each other as well as a tag team. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. But overall, I'm very happy. Regardless of what happens, I am happy. But there's just one more thing that I still would love to see for me to be 100% satisfied. I need Time Machine to become Trios champions. I don't care whether it's AEW or New Japan Pro Wrestling. I need Shelley, Sabin, and Kushida to become Trios champions. At some point. At least once. At least once. Like I said, doesn't matter the promotion. Doesn't matter if it's AEW or ROH or New Japan Pro Wrestling. I need it to happen once. As soon as that happens, I will be content and satisfied. So, that's my next biggest dream, for Time Machine to become Trios champs. So, we'll see what happens. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Like I said, very proud of the Motor City Machine Guns. And overall, this was a good show. This was a good show. I enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed it. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out the link to Game Beauty. And let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What did y'all think of Impact Wrestling Against All Odds? Did you enjoy it? What did you think of the card? What did you think of the matches? What did you think of the title changes? Sabin, 9-time X Division champion. Shelley, finally winning the big one, the Impact World Championship. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. I'm about to go finish up All Together again. I'm about halfway through, so I still need to finish that up. But do look forward to my review video of that. I haven't forgotten. I'm just halfway through. So, anyway, for another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, my name is Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed weekend, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care. Peace.